Oh my God, is it cold? Jeez. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness gracious. What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here. And man, you know, it's comical for you Dak Prescott haters, man. You know what? This is kind of crazy. One, it's cold. It is really, really cold out here. It's supposed to go down to 10 degrees. It's kind of breezy out. You know, when I put on a stocking cap and I got the extra blanket here, it's cold. It's cold out here, but you know, we got to do our fireside chat. You know, it's funny. I got finished doing my Friday night live stream. You know, I've been doing this for a long time. I've been doing the fireside chat and live streaming. I was live streaming before live stream was cool. Let me tell you how long I've been doing it, because it used to be I was on the Benet Emery show on Monday nights for 7 minutes. And then YouTube started doing live streaming. So I said, well, my segment was on at 9:40. So I started, getting set up about, 9 o'clock and things. So I started saying, well, let me go ahead and do a live stream while I'm getting set up for doing my segment, so people can get like behind the scenes look at what we do. And that was in like 2016. Okay. So I've been live streaming for 7 years now. Now everybody live streams. It's before live streaming was cool. And I would always do Monday and Friday nights and things. Of course, my wife was always like, Friday nights, that should be, date night and stuff. And it's like, honey, but you know how it is. But I've just been doing it through the season and off season stuff. Now, people are live streaming 2-3 times a day and stuff. You almost have to try and pick a time and hope that nobody else is live streaming and stuff. And I always try and respect others when they're not live stream while they're doing it as well. It's common courtesy. Although common courtesy is one of those things that there doesn't seem to be much of. But doing my live stream and reading the comments, first thing I want to say is, I don't understand why people question other people's fanhood. You're not a real fan. People coming in, Mark Holmes isn't really a fan of the Dallas Cowboys. It's like, I take more crap from people I don't even know on a daily basis being a Dallas Cowboy fan. I am taking bullets for Jerry and Stephen Jones, Dak Prescott, the Dallas Cowboys, all of them. From Cowboy fans, from Eagle fans, from haters, every single day. And see, the thing that's funny about this is the shots I'm taking. It's one thing if you got somebody who's being a man that's in your face telling you stuff. I get keyboard warriors that are anonymous. People don't even have a picture on their profile. It's easy to be a hater out there and say, you're not a real Cowboy fan. Well, I got to tell you, between the time, the energy, probably years off my life waiting for the Cowboys, trust me, I am a diehard Dallas Cowboy fan. But listening to everybody who is belly aching and get rid of Dak, you know what? Here's the bottom line. Wade literally said, if you could go back 3 years ago and we had let Dak go and got Tom Brady, why am I going to do that, Wade? Why am I going to go back and say, what if? That's like going back and saying, you're married right now, and you're saying, what if I had married such and such back then instead of the woman I'm with? How do you think she'd take that right now? Here's the reality. As much as people say, let's go get Aaron Rodgers, because, of course, you got Pat McAfee trying to stir that pot. You've got the Raiders who are worried that if Derek Carr gets hurt, on Sunday playing flag football, they're on the hook for $40 million of his contract. So it's possible he gets cut between now and Sunday. It's possible. And apparently we believe that the New Orleans Saints are interested in him. Aaron Rodgers looks like he might be traded to the Jets, but don't be surprised if it's also Miami. But sitting here listening to Cowboy fans, man, we should get Aaron Rodgers, or maybe we should try and sign Derek Carr, or go get Lamar Jackson. Well, here's the problem. You know all these guys you're talking about signing right now. Bro, they ain't in the Super Bowl either. Bro, they ain't in the Super Bowl either. You know Lamar Jackson couldn't play, the last month of the season going to playoffs, right? You know Lamar Jackson got one playoff win, right? You know that they're estimating that his salary market value is $52 million a year. So, bro, that ain't going to win you the Super Bowl. It's just not. Aaron Rodgers, the diva that is, he's $50 million. And here's the thing. You're married to Dak Prescott. Can't get a divorce. Not anytime soon. You can't be Tom Brady and say, I got shit to do, and just break up. It's not that easy. Even with Tom Brady leaving Tampa, they're taking a $35 million cap hit just for him to retire. Listen to me. Listen to me. You're a Dak Prescott hater? Bring it. Bring it. Go ahead. Cuss me out, okay? But here's the thing, Dak Prescott haters. Dak ain't going nowhere next year. He's not. So what we need to do is we need to take our offensive line and make them better than 28th at pass blocking efficiency. 28th. There's 27 teams that were better than the Cowboys this year. The Eagles, mind you, top 5. Number 1 rated offensive line in football. Kansas City, that same statistic I just gave you, number 1. That gives Pat Mahomes time. Let's do that. Because right now, you guys are like that old dude yelling at the kids to get off their lawn, and they're just laughing at them. Number 2, do you honestly, be honest with yourself, do you honestly look and say, we got a great wide receiving core and tight end? Shit. I'll put them against any team's wide receivers. Do you honestly look at that? I hope Michael Gallup gets back to where he used to be and better this offseason. I hope Jalen Tolbert plays like Jerry Jones said he was going to when he drafted him and told him he was going to be good enough to replace Cedric Wilson and Amari Cooper. I can hope that if and when we sign Odell Beckham Jr., that he's not the injury guy who's been the last 3 years, that maybe he'll be Odell that was like his first and second year. I can hope for all those things, but in reality, I need to make sure I do better. How about instead of saying, dump Dak, because you can't, we go out there and say, let's support Dak. Let's get him pieces around him. Because you can't honestly tell me that last year you guys looked at Jalen Hurts and said that's an MVP. You know why he is an MVP candidate? Because the Eagles did exactly that. They got him weapons, they made sure the offensive line was good, and they fit the offense to his skills. You do the same things right there. You'll have the same results. Dak is a good quarterback, contrary to what you hear from the talking heads. It's not like you look at a career where Dak Prescott's leading the NFL in interceptions. You know, Brett Favre had, I want to say, 5 seasons of over 20 interceptions. One year having 29. I know Peyton Manning, his first 5 years in the NFL, he never had less than 17 a season. Interceptions happen. They rise and they fall. You have good years and bad years. But that hasn't been the story of his career. You do those things with Dak Prescott, you got a quarterback you can win with. You get better play calling. And I'm excited about the West Coast offense. I think that's the first step in helping Dak. Because you give a CeeDee Lamb the ball where he can make some moves in space, where he's got his momentum going downfield, he's going to pick up more yards than just that completion. Because we are one of the worst teams when it comes to yak, and it's because of the play design. You know how many times you see, and I'll put it back when the Rams were in the Super Bowl with Todd Gurley, with Jared Goff. You know how many 40 and 50-yard touchdown passes were swing passes to Todd Gurley, 3 or 4 yards downfield, or even sometimes behind the line of scrimmage. It's about getting the guys the ball in space to make moves. And that's going to be what's going to help this team. There's nothing you can do about trying to get a divorce right now from Dak Prescott. You can yell and scream and cuss him out and leave me bad comments and things. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He's going to be here. So you better make the best of it. Whew. Let me say from the bottom of my heart, right now I'm kind of like, I'm stoked. I've been working on this red brick house off and on, not just physically, but paperwork-wise and mentally for so long. It's been difficult because when I originally tried to save it, I didn't know that I was going to be the one that had to save it. And I didn't know all the problems that came along with it from the zoning issue. And for 4 years, it seemed like there was no solution to be able to do anything with it. But perseverance and help of some friends, we were able to get the zoning changed, and we finally got started on it. But it seemed like every time I get started on it, I'd have to do something else, here or there, and so on. And today was just great to finally have the electricity turned on. So I had to go down there this morning. I drove 320 miles today and basically was there for 2 hours. But that was the biggest 2 hours, seeing that meter, put into the meter base and flipping the main panel breaker on and being able to plug in the electricity. Sometimes things that seem unattainable, unreachable, and impossible do happen. And that's why I've got hope for the Cowboys and why I have hope for Dak Prescott. But in the end, if Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones don't put full force into bringing talent in, to fixing the offensive line, the wide receivers, it's going to be the same thing we've had with Tony Romo, with Dak. It just is. Good enough to compete, but not enough to be able to win it all. And then we just sit here fighting amongst each other instead of really looking where the problem is. Whew. The problem right now is it's cold out here. I am going to carry my behind inside before I become frozen onto this bench. Let me say from the bottom of my heart again, thank you all, and I appreciate you. And remember to tell the ones that you love them, because you might not get the chance again. And I love you guys. Stay safe and stay warm. And God willing, I'll see y'all in the morning. Woo. It is so freaking cold. Damn. Peace.